Flames Talk is brought to you by Molson, made from Canada. Beaches Quality Drywall, not just our name, it's our commitment. And South Centre Fine Cars, your Calgary Porsche dealership. Grant, I want to talk to you about a couple of things with the Calgary Flames right now. This Jeff Carter, and we talked about this last week, and you said, no, don't trade for this kind of guy with this kind of attitude. Now there's a ton of rumors heating up, but one that's coming out of Columbus. Now they apparently really want to move this guy, and there's 3 teams, but they say the front runner is a trade with the Calgary Flames for Jay Bouwmeester. Now I'm looking at the hit we get for the cap with Carter, which is $5 million.
For 10 more years.
For 10 more years. So this is kind of like one of those Luongo trades. This is why they'll never get rid of Luongo. And then you're looking at this big salary hit that Bouwmeester has too.
But for not that term, though.
That's right. Yep.
Is it only for a couple of more years, I believe, for Bouwmeester? I mean, to me, I didn't see how the Flames could make. I mean, I would love for the Flames to get a strong center as gifted as Jeff Carter.
Yeah.
That would be good. How do you make that deal? You can't give up a first-round draft pick or even a Sven Berchi, a first-round prospect.
Yep.
Can you?
No,
You can't do that. So I try and work it out. Is it Bouwmeester, where I guess salary for salary, it makes sense, doesn't it?
It would.
But for the Flames, their defense to me is bad.
Yeah.
I mean, except for Mark Giordano, I wonder how they even survive a game. You think the Flames are soft. I think that defense is one of the softest in the NHL,
Grant.
and not as talented as a lot of teams. So Bouwmeester, forget that price tag.
Yeah.
Because I know that hangs over him and has for a long time. But is he not one of the best skating defensemen in the game? Does he not lug the puck out of the Flame zone?
But does he not frustrate you more?
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
Okay.
Because I don't expect him to score goals. I don't expect him to be physical. Yeah. But I expect him to lug the puck out and carry the play. And I think I've seen more good things from him because I don't worry about that salary anymore. And for a defense that needs Jay Bouwmeester, he's got to stay, doesn't he?
Well, you mean you don't trust Sarich? I mean, after that first goal against Vancouver, and then after that stumble where he produces a 3-on-1?
Corey Sarich is one of the nicest players I have ever met in that Flames.
Are you trying to guilt me?
Nope. It bothers me that I have to be critical of this guy on the ice. But he does look like a guy who should be playing beer league hockey, pickup hockey out there the way he skates now.
Yep.
He's just not good enough. But Mike, he has one of the best interviews, he lives in Calgary all year round. He's just a great guy.
Yeah.
So I have to admit, it's tough for me to criticize him, but you're right, the game has passed him by, I think.
We want to give you a chance to win a real cool prize. All you have to do is follow us on Twitter and Facebook. Join now for your chance to win an autographed Doug Gilmour Flame jersey, the real leader of the '89 Flames Cup-winning team, the club's best-looking jersey. Join us on Twitter and Facebook to win. It's that easy. Peter Maher, 3,000 games in the NHL, some with the Toronto Maple Leafs, most with the Calgary Flames. You've called play-by-play before, Grant, with the Flames. You were part of the Ed Whalen team for a lot of years. You, more than anybody, can appreciate that kind of a milestone that Pete hit.
Yeah, it's a long time because a lot of guys don't last that long, and a lot of guys...
Nor will they ever again.
Yeah. He started in 1977 doing the Leafs on radio, on CKO radio, which is no more. Did a little bit of TV and radio. And then everybody thinks he did all those games. There was some misconception he did all those games with the Flames, and that's not true. Wasn't there a guy named Bart Daly?
Yeah.
Bart Daly was the first radio voice of the Flames back in 1980 when the Flames came from Atlanta, but he was soon let go. Maybe it was after the first year or halfway through the first year, something like that, and they brought in Pete. I think nobody is more professional in the business. A lot of broadcasters do that job and like to have more of a good time and kind of just roll into the broadcast booth and get by. I've never seen a play-by-play guy prepare, take it so serious, and do as good a job as Peter Maher. And I think the public, we're talking about perceptions for Jerome McGinley towards a guy like Kiprusoff. People perceive him to be the very best, and I think he is the best. He calls a game with excitement. A lot of times you watch games on TV and Every time Peter does a call, Mike, you think it's Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final. And that, to me, is the epitome of a good broadcast.
It's easier to do radio games than TV, Grant, too.
It is, because they can't see your mistakes.
They can't see your mistakes.
But to me, he sells the game.
I know he does,
And
yes.
it's not a phony sell like...
It's passionate.
It's passionate, and he just brings it alive. And that, to me, is the essence of a strong broadcaster, that every moment that he's saying something, whoa, you want to listen. I applaud him for that. And this guy is in his mid to late 60s right now.
Best Peter Maher story back in the old Mad Trapper days, you remember, down
Electric Avenue?
Electric Avenue. So I seen this cute little gal, and I thought, well, we'll just slip down to this bar and run into Pete having drinks with her mom. Whoops.
Is that right?
I love Pete. Yeah, it was great to see. And I like the way him and Mike have a good relationship. And I think Mike has come on and he's become one of the better radio color guys I've heard in a long, long time.
Yeah.
I didn't think that way when he first started.
It's arguably one of the best teams in
Sure
the
it is.
NHL.
Yeah.
We're a little spoiled here. We don't get to hear a lot of other radio guys
Yeah.
or TV guys. I guess TV more often through satellite television, but they're one of the best broadcast teams in the business. Peter Maher has done an amazing thing. He's never been overcritical of the team.
Yeah.
And as broadcasters...
We know another guy like that too, didn't we?
Ed Whalen?
Yes.
Yeah, but in a way, Mike, it's a bit of a talent.
It is, Grant. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But to keep that up.
Yeah.
But with Peter Maher as a pure broadcaster, Ed was in television and perhaps on a platform where he should have said something more, where Peter was a purely broadcaster, and on radio shows and things like this. He told me he says, Grant, if I ever did an interview with him, I'll never say anything derogatory towards the team. Even during those years when they missed the playoffs for 7 straight years, Peter was always positive.
Yeah.
Now you think that can be phony, that he's not being real.
Yeah.
He's being professional.